Welcome back now. Welcome back. Miss Anoluwako, can you join us now? Miss Miss Anoluwako, can you join us now? 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 Okay, while we are waiting for her, let's start very quick. As I was discussing the other time, that today we want to look at how we deal with difficult courses. How we deal with difficult courses. How do we deal with difficult courses? What are the strategy we need to use? And when we use that strategy, we are going to excel at the end. We are going to excel at the end. Now, as student hour with Kagos, we know that what we do is that what we learn, we ask questions, we connect, and stay motivated for academic excellence. So now we have some questions for our speaker. Well, I don't know why our speaker is finding it difficult to join this live section. Mr. Anoluwako, are you with us now? Why is this? Why is it taking time? She able to join us actually. She able to join us. Mr. Anoluwako, are you with us now? I think we have to just flow while she's trying to join. We have to just flow while she's trying to join. So now what's the first thing we need to know when we want to when you are trying to address difficult courses? What is the first thing you need to know when you are trying to address difficult courses? Now, the first question I actually have, our speaker is Ms. Anula, and she's a first class graduate from OOU. OOU, and she's a good tutor. I don't know why she's having difficult to join this live section. So, but while waiting for her, let's move straight to the question. Now, the first question we want to look at is number one. Number one is, how do you study when you don't understand anything at all? How do you study when you don't understand anything at all? How do you study when you don't understand anything at all? Actually, this question is meant for our guest, but I hope she is to join. So the first thing is, how do we study, or how do you study, or how do I study? Let me personalize the question now. How do I study when I don't understand anything at all? Now, these are the strategy you have to use. The first thing that when you don't understand anything, you have to first calm down. When you calm down, they are deep. So thank you very much. We have been waiting for you, Mr. Nwapo. Are you with us now? So now, when the now, are you with us now?
Yes, I can.
Mr. Nwapo, are you with us now?
Yes, I am with you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
clearly I
we are
can.
waiting for you. Okay, okay. So very quick, let's start. Even though we have some glitch at the beginning, but trust me, wait in the end, I'm going to learn a lot. So Miss Anulwapo, I've introduced you slightly. I said
Oh.
graduate of OU and you are a good talk. So I want to like give us a brief introduction about yourself.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Anola Boyge, just as he has introduced earlier. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. All right. So I studied chemistry education at Olabisi Onabanjo University, and I graduated as with a first class, and I am also the best graduating student for that particular course. All right. So, just a little thing to say about me. Hearing the fact that I graduated the first class is not something that I attained just like that. Oh, she just started a year and all. There are a lot of things to it, and I'm very sure we'll see hear some of it today. Thank you so much, Gabriel, for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I don't mind that I think she's trying to like keep a lot for us so that she don't want to drop everything now. So she's trying to keep it for us before we get the fire burning. So if you're on this live, please drop a like, drop a fire emoji, and as long as we are trying to discuss on some things, if you have question, drop it using the what? Using the comment section. Then we can attend to the question at the end of live section. So very quick, Miss Anoluwapo, I have a question. I was trying to personalize the question to myself, but now I think the question is for you. Now the question is, how do you study when you don't understand anything at all? Like, let's say that you have a topic and the topic just feel like it's completely confusing. You don't know where to start from. You're not even getting anything. How do you study? Or what do you do in that kind of situation? The floor is yours, Miss Anolapo.
All right, thank you so much for that question. So what I would just say is that whenever I'm studying and I don't understand a particular topic or a particular course or anything, the first thing I will do is to leave that course. That's it. I will leave it
Leave
immediately.
that course.
I don't
What's
waste my
that?
time. I will
Leave
leave
that
it.
course. Okay.
But then here is the twist. I don't leave it and come back to it after like 3 or 4 days. Oh, I will leave it at that moment, go get somewhere just to rest. After a few hours, I'm coming back with another strategy. And what am I doing? At first, the first thing I was doing was that, okay, I was just reading it. What I would do now is that I will use another approach. It is either I check videos, YouTube videos. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. It's either I get you check YouTube videos or just try a new strategy entirely. But the first thing I would do is that I will leave the course. I'm not sitting there. I don't want to waste my time because you're just, I will get it as time goes on. You are not going to get it. The first thing is leave the course, rest, then go back to it with another strategy. And the strategy is not just you going through the book again. What you want to do at this point is to check other things that will make it fun. Or even another thing is that you can break it down or even ask questions. Call someone. Hello, I don't understand this. Let the person teach you. But at that moment where you're not understanding it, the first thing to do is to just leave it for a while. I don't know if you get that. Hello? Hello?
Are you with us? I can't hear you again.
Oh, I was not hearing you for a while too. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
All right. So what I said earlier was that whenever I am studying a particular topic or probably a course entirely, and I don't seem to understand it, the very first thing I do is to leave the subject or leave the course, leave the topic, and find somewhere to go. Just rest for a while. Can you hear me, please?
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I will rest for a while. Now that I've rested well, the next thing I want to do is that I want to come back with another strategy. If I was reading before, I want to come back with videos. I don't want to go through that reading that was boring and all of those things. If I was reading before, I want to come back with questions in my mind now because I would have asked a lot of people, hello, okay, so I've been, can you hear me, please? Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right. So I don't know if you heard when I said I was going to leave the course or the subject at that moment.
Yes, I heard that. I heard that.
All right. So after going to rest or something, I'm coming back with another strategy, and it might be just watching videos. I'm not going to
Okay.
stay there. I'm not going to sit there and start stressing myself. Mm-mm. Because at that moment where you are not getting it, there is something that is blocking it at that moment. Then you are coming back with another strategy. If you are not getting it still, you call someone, let the person explain to you. I'm very sure
Yes.
you have people around you that they know things. I'm very sure students don't want to be alone. You would have seen some people in your class that, oh, this person knows something. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to call someone, please, I am not getting this. How am I going to go about it? Because you cannot do it alone. You cannot do school alone. You cannot do life alone. So that is just it, basically.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much. I
I hope
love
I have been
that
able to do
response.
this.
That is the perfect response. Because one thing I would like to say that when you are trying to address a difficult course and you find it difficult to understand that topic, she mentioned one thing that actually got my attention, which is what? Leave it alone. Then you leave it alone, you try new strategy. Now, trying new strategy, what you need to do when you're trying new strategy, you need to find 1 minute, maybe watch the video or another thing. And if that new strategy is not working, what do? You what? You seek for help. If I am my true follower, you know I always mention something that seek for help, seek for help, seek for help. Anytime you have issue, the fastest way to solve issue is what? Seeking for help. Seeking for help is not a sign of weakness. Mr. Nwankwo, can you hear me? Is that right? You agree with
Yes,
me,
I
right?
can.
Yes. Seeking
Yes,
for help
of course I do.
does not mean it's not a sign of weakness. It's
At
one of
all.
the smart strategy you can use. If you look at
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if you look at people that are scholars, when they are having issue with courses, what they do is that they will tend to like gather information from this A, from person B, from person
Yeah.
C, from person D. When you now gather everything together, you now form something great. So when you have when you are trying to when you don't understand anything, leave it alone, try new strategy.
Mm-hmm.
If new strategy is not
Yeah.
working, reach out to people to what? To help you. That is the
Yeah.
perfect, that's a fantastic answer or response to that what? To that problem.
Thank you.
So I also have another question that we would like
Okay.
to address. Now, one thing is that what is the biggest mistake students make when approaching difficult courses? What is the biggest
Okay.
mistake students make when approaching difficult courses? Okay, the floor is
All
yours.
right. The truth is, all right, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Right. Thank you so much for that question. So the truth is, students make lots of mistakes. That is it. The very first thing is they approach that difficult course with a very difficult mindset. I don't know if that is the right way to put it. They
I,
approach
I
it with
think
the
I'm getting
mindset
it.
that, oh, this thing is hard. That is it. I don't know why. The first question I even want to ask you is who actually painted the subject or the course or the topic as hard? Who told you it is hard? That means maybe probably you've asked some questions. Probably you viewed that lecturer to be hard. Oh, this person course will be hard, which is not supposed to be. The very first mistake every student make is that they approach each of those topics or each of those courses as art. Their mindset towards it is not something that would be productive. They just feel like, oh, just take a look at the way this lecturer is looking. This person's course will be hard. The first thing is their mindset. They're having a very bad mindset towards it.
Mindset.
And
I think I
number
need
two
to
is
just
that
listen. I'm
num-
with
and
you. I'm
number
with you.
three is that who, who are you listening to? Most of us, just because, oh, I want to have you in that course, you just gonna meet one senior. Oh, you are in 200 level, you are in 400 level. I want to ask you about Mr. A, Dr. B, and all of those things. And they'll start telling you, that person, this person is this person is that. And those things will bring up fears. Even you will just be fear. You will be scared of the unknown. So, and also, the second thing is that I don't know who most of us listen to because I've been there. When I was in 100 level, there was this particular course, math. I don't like math. Sorry, I don't really like it. So when it was time to write the exam, I had to walk up to a 200 level student. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't understand this. Can you please put me through? Can you do this? Can you do that? And the first thing the guy said was, oh, this course is very, very hard. So who are you listening to? Even if you want to take advice from people, ensure you filter it. When it was now time for me to take the other math that I was supposed to take in 100 level, that is what math 102, I had A. But the math 101, I had D.
Hmm.
I don't know if you had that. I don't want everybody to hear. I had D. So the thing is, who are you listening to? First is your mindset. The second thing is those that you listen to.
Yes,
I don't know
yes.
if you get
I'm
what I'm
with
trying
you.
to say.
We are learning. We are learning. I'm
All
also
right, so
learning
let
with
me
you.
just all right. So, and another thing is that most of the students that I met, whenever they hear something that, oh, this course is hard, they will not leave it. I will read it later. Don't postpone those hard courses. Don't postpone them.
Don't
Those are
postpone.
the ones you want to read early. Don't postpone them, please. Because whenever there is a way our brain works. Whenever you have your to-do list written out, you just want to do the ones that are simple. Let me finish. Let me strike these ones out fast, fast. Then you will not have enough time for those hard tasks. So the main thing is that don't postpone them. Just approach it early. Even if you want to make mistakes, you start making your mistakes early. So the first thing I mentioned was mindset. The second one is you should filter the words that you hear. What are those that you listen to? And the third one that I would like to say also is that you have to start early. Don't postpone. Don't. You feel like, oh, let me just leave it. Don't do that. It's just a way of deceiving yourself. So I would like to stop here because of our time. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Anoluwapo. I really love that. I really love that response. There's one thing that I always talk about. Start early. Start early. If you are in our live section of what do you do, what do first class students do differently, you know that all the speakers they talk about starting early. If you are there, if you are there in that last in that powerful that was 1st of March, every speaker emphasize on starting early. One thing I always do that, always start early. See, you can't. It's like let's look at this situation now. Let's say I want to know how to ride bicycle, or let me don't find forget about talent. I want to know how to ride bicycle, or okay, let's say I want to know how to ride bicycle, and I'm riding the bicycle for the first time, and someone is riding the bicycle for the 100th time. Who will be more better than the person? No, it's the person that have been driving bicycle for like what, for this 100th time.
Yeah.
So starting early, you can't compare someone that is reading 3 months before exam and someone that want to use two overnight to cover up. It's not possible. You can't compare it. So
So
especially if you want to have excellent grade, starting early is very, very important. Starting early
yeah.
is very, very important. So my question for people that are just joining, I mentioned what our question we are talking about, because for people that are joining, let me recap and talk about what we talk about. Number one, we talk about how do you study when you don't understand anything. And Ms. Anoluwapo gave us some strategy. She mentioned 3 major things. She said, number 1, leave it alone. When you leave it alone, don't just leave it for 3 days or 4 days or 1 week. No, just leave it alone for some time. Then you come back to it, then try new strategy. If you are trying new strategy and it is not working, what do you need to do? Then what you have to do at that point is that you have to reach out for help. That was our first question for people that are just joining the live section. And our second question we talk about is, what is the biggest mistake students do when approaching difficult courses? Number 1, mindset. See, if you have always been following me, Gabriel Kagos, on my Instagram, we always drop video back to back. I think that was last year. I already mentioned something about mindset. Your mindset is very important. See, no matter anything you want to do in this life, if your mindset is just attached to that failure, there's higher probability that you are going to do what? You are going to fail that course. That's how it works. So have a mindset, a positive mindset that yes, I know this course is difficult, but or this course is simple, or even though it's difficult, I know it's difficult, but I will get it. That is one mindset. I know it's difficult, but I will get it finally. That is one mindset. Have a good mindset towards the word difficult course. Like there's one issue I have when I was preparing for my graduate exams. I started preparing for graduate exams. We have 3. I'm trying to give you this scenario now from my own personal story. We have three parts. We have the analytical writing, we have the verbal reasoning, we have the quantitative reasoning. Normally, I know that okay, sometimes I have issue with when it comes to writing exams for English, I have issue with them. Then what did I do? When I started learning when I started studying for my graduate record examination, then I first have that I love English, I love verbal reasoning. I don't know what happened. When I say I love verbal reasoning, I started reading, and I started reading. When I first take the first test, I got about 40%. But after my mindset, my positive mindset toward that English aspect, I moved from 40% to 75%. That is how mindset is very powerful. Mindset is very powerful. And another one is, who are you listening to? Though not be like that, no, you fail. No. That I always tell people that okay, when students meet me for advice, I'll tell you that this course is difficult. I won't lie to you. But these are the things you can do. These are the things you can do. These are the things
Yeah.
you can do. For example, just tell you that you will fail, and that is all. They will not give you possible solution. Run away
Yeah.
from them. Me, I will always tell you that let me be honest with you, this course is difficult. But do this thing, do this thing, do this thing. These are the people you should what? You should connect yourself with. Don't meet people that say, don't worry, me, I have help that time too, so I don't think you pass it. And he mentioned that don't postpone, don't postpone it. Don't postpone it. Don't postpone it. Start early. So now our third question, Mr. Anoluwapo, please, if you have question, drop your question using the comments, because at the end of the section we will answer these questions one after the other. Now the next question I have, probably that will be the second to our last question before we now dive into the discussion of how to approach difficult courses. The question I have is that, what is one uncomfortable truth about difficult course that students don't like to hear? Ms. Anoluwapo, can you hear me? Are you with us? Ms. Anoluwapo, can you hear me? Are you with us? I can't hear you. Are you with us? Can you hear me? Okay. The question is, what is one uncomfortable truth about difficult course that students don't like to hear? So, Ms. Anoluwapo, the floor is yours. Ms. Anoluwapo, are you there? Okay, now let me mention I have my point. What is one uncomfortable truth about difficult course that students don't like to hear? Number one, difficult course will what? Will consume your time. Now, difficult course will consume your time, but you can reduce the number of time based on smart strategies, smart techniques. One uncomfortable truth that what? Difficult courses will what? Will consume time. You can't take a difficult course the way you are taking simple courses. You can't take it. You know that in this difficult course I have to dedicate my time. Difficult course can require you, one of the things that you have to do about difficult course is that regular practice, regular practice, regular practice, regular, and most of them don't like to hear that. They just think that when you have a course, let me just read it once and say I know it already. No, that is not how it works. One thing about difficult course is that it requires more time and regular practice. It requires more time and regular practice. That is one thing you need to know about difficult course that students don't like to hear. They just want something that they will read once and they will pass it, and you can't approach difficult course in using that word, using that strategy. So that is my own truth. I think our speaker is having issue with our network. So before we dive into the main discussion, student versus difficult courses, what actually work? Student versus difficult courses, what actually works? Now I'm going to share some proven techniques that I've used, that I've recommended for students and I've used, which have helped them to excel in difficult course. Now, number one, when you are facing difficult course, number one strategy that works is don't study alone. The first thing is what? Don't study alone. Are we together? Don't study alone. That is one thing you have to know. When you are trying to study alone, when you are trying to study a particular course and you don't understand, Mr. Anurakpo, are you with us now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Sorry, the network yanked me off, but
Okay,
I guess
okay.
I
Now, I was asking a question the other time. I said, what is one uncomfortable truth about difficult course that students don't like to hear? What is one
okay,
uncomfortable truth about difficult course that students don't like to hear? So, I've given my
all right,
own point, but let's hear from you.
okay. So one thing you have to know is that it is not hard. Students don't want to believe that. When they I don't know, no course is hard, actually. That is it. So when they are telling you this particular course is hard, one thing you have to know, one thing you have to believe. Can you hear me, please? Hello? Hello?
We can't, I can't hear you comfortably, please. But I think others can hear you. Continue. When I just done,
All
please
right, can
signal
you
with me. I think I'm having my device here.
all right, can you hear me
Continue.
now? All right. So one thing every student have to understand is that no course is hard. That is the truth. You might have had the mindset that, oh, this course is hard and all of these things. You have to know, and you just have to swallow that hard truth that no course is hard. So that is one truth that I believe that most of the students that come across.
Okay. Thank you for that. Very much for that. Now,
Yeah.
we are trying to dive into the discussion because of time.
Okay.
We have less than 30, we have about 30 minutes left. So let's
Okay.
dive into the discussion. So, what actually works when addressing or when facing or when you're trying to solve issue with difficult courses? What are the strategies that work when you are dealing with what difficult courses? So let's hear from you now. I think the floor is yours. Then let me listen and start writing.
All right. You can hear me clearly. I said, I hope you can hear me clearly.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. All right. So when we are talking about difficult courses and all of those things, you have to understand that I've mentioned that earlier, that your mindset actually matters. Work on your mindset. Work on it. Your mindset influences how you think, how you feel, and how you behave in any given situation. So you must have had a lot of things about a particular course. You must have had a lot of things about a particular lecturer, but you yourself, you have to work on your mindset. I'm a Christian, so I don't really know much about the Quran, but I know something in the scripture. In the book of First John, chapter 2, verse 20, is that I have the unction of the Holy One, so I know all things. Because there are most students that are always like, oh, you cannot just understand that course. That man is difficult to understand. You have to understand that you know all things. Work on your own mindset. Are you getting it now? And you have to understand that you
Yes, we
don't have
can hear
to
you.
necessarily approach a particular course as hard. You don't need to. Just approach it as though you are learning a new thing. Don't approach it as hard. They've told you that it is hard, fine. But you don't approach it as though it is hard. Approach it as though you are learning a new thing entirely. And the second thing I want everyone to know is that you have to understand your lecturer. There was a time I took a particular course. 3 lecturers took those courses. The way lecturer A wants our questions to be answered is different from the way lecturer B wants our questions to be answered. And once encountered a particular lecturer that told us that, oh, whenever I tell you to list, even if it is 20 marks that is there, you don't need to expatiate. I don't need it. Whenever I tell you to list and explain, list separately, then explain. Are you getting what I'm trying to say, please?
Yes, we are following.
Hello? All right. So you have to understand your lecturer. Okay. And what are the ways by which you can understand your lecturer? Number one, this is a secret someone told me. Try to read their papers. Go online. Each and every lecturers that you will come across in your life, they've written a research paper. I hope you can hear me. Please, are you struggling to hear me? If you
Yes, we
are,
can
please
hear you.
just
We
let
can
me
hear
know.
you. We can hear you.
Each and every lecturers you will come across in your life, they've written a research paper. Go on Research Gateway. If you don't know how to use Research Gateway, there is an AI tool called Perplexity. Perplexity. Go and check it. Just put the lecturer's name there. It will bring out every research paper the lecturer has written. Because all these things that they are teaching you in class, they've written it before. They've written it in papers before. Read their papers. So there you'll be able to understand them more. And another thing is that interact with their materials. You are not reading their materials. You want to interact with their materials. The way this particular lecturer will write his or her material will be different from the way another lecturer will write his or her material. That is it. Interact. It's not about reading. If it is to read, I can bring out a book and start reading. You have to interact with it. Use your highlighter. Check the keywords. Ask questions on Google. Do a lot of things. And another thing is that solve their past questions. And I'm very sure that most students, they used to have this notion that, oh, once I solve past question, it is just to ensure that I know the question they are likely to bring out. You are not solving past questions because you want to know the question they might want to ask or something. You are solving past questions to understand a particular lecture. That is it. Can you
Hello? Hello, are you with us? I can't hear you again.
I'm with you. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Can you
are
still
you
hear me,
done?
please? I'm not done, oh. Can you still hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I can see. Can
All
hear you. We
right.
can hear you. We can hear you.
I mentioned something that you have to understand your lecturer, and I also mentioned that for you to understand your lecturer, you have to read their papers, read the researches they've done, interact with their materials, and also solve past questions. Okay? And another
Yes.
thing is that ensure you are in the right environment. Please, in anything that you will do in school, ensure you have the right set of people. Be among the
Hmm.
right set of people. If you are not, see, there are some set of people that you work with. When I was in school, I used to read with law students. That's me. I don't read with any of my classmates. Not because of anything, because I've noticed that, oh, these people, whenever they teach us anything, the only thing they will answer with is, sir, this thing you don't understand is hard, oh. It got to a point that we were in class on a particular day, and one of my classmates raised his hand and he was like, sir, why do we need to learn this thing? I'm tired. I don't understand. He was telling the lecturer. So since when I noticed that, I decided to just detach myself. I read with law students. You know the kind of book they read. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I know that these people, what they are reading is hard, but they never approached it as hard. So I ensure that I have the right environment. It's not about going to the library. Oh. It's not about reading. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Just have the
Never go to the
right
library.
have the right environment. That's the main thing. And another thing is, I've mentioned it earlier, start reading early. I don't know how students used to do it though. Lecturer will teach you something for a good 3 months, and you as a student, you want to read it within 24 hours. As how?
Magician, they be magician. That is they call them magician. They call them
Actually very
magician.
funny. They'll teach you something for 3 good months. They will even section it week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and you want to read it within 24 hours. How? It's not going to be possible. She said, it's not going to be possible. That's why, oh, this thing is hard. It is not hard. I would like to tell you something, that this first class and all of those things that we are talking about, I did not, my 100 level, I was on second class lower division, my 100 level. So something changed along the line, because before me, I was, oh, when they teach me something within 3 months, let me just, we just crash it. Do you get? No crash, those crash courses. That's what we used to do. It was until when I understood the fact that actually we should not lie. There are some courses or there are some subjects that might be hard. But I've mentioned earlier that I should not approach it as being hard, right? So one thing is that subject that you know that it is not too sweet, like that, you still want to read it within 24 hours. It is not going to be possible. Okay, so start reading early. Don't start reading when exam is close. Now, some people might want to be like, oh, but I'm in school, I'm working. How am I going to do that? All these courses are hard and all of those things. Consistency is the key. 30 minutes daily. I want to read this particular hard quote and unquote hard subject or hard course. Stick to that 30 minutes. If it is 20 minutes a day, stick to it. Someone taught me something too while I was in school. The person said, whenever you know that this particular course or something seems as though you're not understanding it, the main thing is that just dedicate time for it. And whenever you are being taught, don't you ever go to bed without opening it. Don't try it.
Hmm.
Don't go to bed without opening it. I tried it the first time, it worked. I tried it the second time, I got another A. So it's proven. Don't go to bed without going through it. When we are saying you should read daily, it's not about you reading the whole textbook every day. Mm-mm. The main
Actually,
thing is
actually.
choose a particular part to read. That's just it. Just choose that part. Oh, this is what I want to read today. This is what we have been taught. This is what I want to read. That is just the main thing. And another thing is that, please don't read, study. I said it earlier that it's not about reading. If I want to read, oh, this is a boy, a boy is going to school, this, and that. It's different. Study. You have highlighters, you have pen. I have a very good friend who gave me different colors of pen. I still have them here. Write them, blot them out. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Please, are you still
That
with
that
me?
engage with the material, active learning.
Exactly. All right. And another thing is that, please, whenever you notice that, oh, you are not understanding this particular course, go back to the foundation. Go back to the foundation. Everything you will do in school, they've taught you in secondary school. That is it. As for me, chemistry, if you want to do SPDF, they've actually taught you in secondary school. Go back to the foundation. Don't be shy. Most of us, we are always like, hey, me, I cannot go to secondary school tutorial in school. Why will I do that? Me, that I'm already in university. Please go. Go back to the basics. It might just be as though you are not just understanding those advanced level. That the only thing you just need to do is just go back to the basics and you're going to get it. So I just want to quickly go through what I had said earlier. The first thing I mentioned is that
Okay.
you should work on your mindset. Okay,
Yes.
your mindset is how you think, how you feel, how you behave, and all of those things. And also, don't approach any course as hard. Instead, approach it as something new. Don't say, "Oh, this is a hard course to study." Mm-mm. This is a new course to study. It is not hard. It is just new. And another thing is that you have to understand your lecturer. And I also mentioned ways by which you can understand your lecturer. Ask questions, read their papers, interact with their material, solve past questions. And also, I mentioned that you don't just want to read, you want to interact with the material. You want to sincerely study. And also start reading early. Consistency is the main point. It is not about reading the whole of their course outline in a day. Mm-mm. Start reading early and also ensure you're in the right environment. It is not about going to the library. It is not about going to night class. It is not about ensure you have the right environment. And the last thing I mentioned was that you should go back to the foundation if you need to. Thank you so much, Gabriel.
Thank you very much. I really love that. Thank you very much. She has mentioned some points and she mentioned about the mindset, understand your lecturer, start early, go back to foundation. I think that go back to foundation struck my heart somehow because I think some people have issue with that go back to the foundation because when some things that when you don't know the basic, it's like you don't know one plus one. Then now asking you one plus one plus five plus six plus seven plus eight. You actually find it difficult to solve that question. So go back to foundation is one of the basic thing because some people and the level at which they don't understand the topic, the level there's a level of how you find something very difficult. There's a level, when you get to a very high level, they don't understand anything about the course. One thing you should go back to is what? Go back to foundation. Go back to foundation and engage with the material. Understand the lecturer. Understand that if you are following me, I always talk about I have six major methods or six major tactics of getting A in any course. I think I have my book here. Let me check the page. Let me check the page. 1 minute. I don't want to so I don't miss any points. Let me check the page again. Do this to get A in any course. For people that have my book, the first book I created, which is what? Which is achieving sorry, how to what do they call it? My academic partner. My academic partner. I think I've forgotten that. My academic partner. That's the title of the book. There was one page. I think that is chapter 12. People that have that book, you know about what I'm talking about now. Chapter 12 is talking about how to have A in any course, and that chapter only have one page. I make that chapter only one page, and that is the chapter I love most out of all the chapter in that book. So how to get A. One thing I mentioned is that was know the lecturer taking each course and what each of them expect. That is number three. I mentioned some points. I think let me go to the point. Number one, study your lecture slide repeatedly and ensure you understand and able to recall at 100%. That is number one thing you have to do to get A. Number two, try to attend all classes. Try to attend all classes. I think if I've been joining student hour with Kagos, I already mentioned numerous ways of or numerous benefits of attending class. It's going to help you in a lot of ways. Number three, know the lecturer taking each course and what each of them expect. Because sometimes you might read something and maybe your lecturer just wants you to write few points, or the lecturer just wants you to write the key thing in the slide. Then you are now in the exam hall, you're not giving them whole story that is not necessary. Lecturer may be wondering what this person writing, we just cancel it and give you zero. And some lecturer might expect that okay, I want story, give me story. I want story, give me story. And you, because of you don't understand the lecturer, you don't know the lecturer, you just do it anyhow. Maybe I just giving them short notes. The lecturer will not give you complete mark. Understanding a lecturer matters a lot. It matters a lot. It matters a lot. So right at this point, we talked about it that mindset, don't approach a course as difficult. Approach it as something new. Understand your lecturer. We, I think they said right set of people or right environment. Start early and go back to foundation of basics. I think some people need this go back to foundation of basics. If the level of difficulty or the level of, if people are understanding something and you find something very difficult and your level is about 80 or 90%, please, the best advice I will give is what? Go back to foundation or basics. Go back to the foundation or basics. So thank you very much, Miss Anoluwapo, for that point. I also have one or two things to add concerning dealing with difficult courses.
Okay.
And you have mentioned some of the points already. You mentioned that reach out to people that are very good.
Yeah.
That strategy you can't. She is very important too. When you understand
Yeah.
something, reach out to people. Another one again is that you want to read a call that a lecturer. I always call them magician. It's not possible. I hate it. I mean, if I'm my students, one thing I hate doing something at the rush hour. It's not possible. You want to read one thing within 1 hour. You're having test next week, you want to read in 1 hour. It's not it's not advisable actually.
Mm.
But sometimes you might find yourself in that situation. Like me. Well, it's not that you find yourself every time you just say, okay, well, I'm not reading now. So that some do you know what people always say? Some people say that the person that first read, we forget about it. There's one added like that. There's one song like that. Do you know that song? They say that someone that first read, or if you read early, you forget early, and you read late. I've forgotten that. I've forgotten that
Now,
adage. Now, person wey what?
person wey first read go first forget.
Yes, thank you very much. That is the point. Guy, that is scam. That adage is a scam. Because the more you work on something, the better you get that information. It's like, for instance, now, if you have a storybook now, if you're reading that book for the first time, if you're reading the book for the 10th or 7th time, you'll be seeing some things that you don't see when you're reading the first time. That is how important it is to start reading early. But when you want to read few hours before they want to pack everything in your brain at once, you can't get everything. Sometimes you have a situation where you have a idea about the question. I've seen it before, but to write your answer, problem. So start early. Start early. When you understand something, when you have a difficult course, start early. Don't postpone to late hour. Don't postpone to late hour. Start early. And reach out to people when you don't understand anything. See, don't wait before you get to the rush hour or when you get to the danger zone. I say, please, explain to me. I remember one time we were having an exam. A student, a student was feeling reluctant about a course because he was trying to read it, but the guy did not understand it. Then what do you do? He just left it that okay, let me abandon this book. He abandoned it. Then what happened? Few hours before the exam, and I'm meeting someone that please, what is this? What is electricity? I just burst into that. Even the very one guy mean that is not trying to gather up or trying to prepare for the exam. You are meeting them, what is electricity? How do you solve this in 9 minutes? How do you want to learn it? It's not possible. Even though people that want to help you will not give you that maximum time to help you. So that is all about student versus difficult course. And I'm just giving a summary of all we have talked about. We talk about the strategy you need to use, biggest mistake you need to avoid, what to do when you don't understand anything, what to do when you don't understand anything. We're talking about that. So I think I'm going to drop the summary of this meeting on Student Hour with Kagos, on Student Success Hub. If you are not on Student Success Hub, join the channel I think one of the way you can check it online now, just search for tiny.url.com/student success hub. tiny.url.com/student success hub. You put up that link online, it will direct you to what, to the channel. tiny.url.com/student success hub. So join the student success hub. I'm going to drop the summary of this meeting because we have a lot of network issue. So because we have a lot of people that joined initially, and some people that want to watch the replay, they might have issue watching the replay. But I'm going to drop some of this the summary on the channel. And I dropped a video of recent, for some people that have not watched it. The student, the topic is about the A grade method. The A grade method, how to approach an exam in a way that guarantee excellence. You can check my YouTube video, my YouTube channel, you see the video, the A grade method. Go and listen to that lecture. That lecture is golden lecture. It's just 15 minutes or 15, it's about 15 to 17 minutes. Go and listen to that lecture. We are going to learn a lot. So by our next by Sunday or next Sunday, we might have this program or this live again. But if we don't have it next Sunday, we have it next Sunday. So if you have any question, please can you drop a question before we round up this live session? Do you have any question? I think I saw one question, but when I left this meeting and jumped, I can't see it again. Someone has a question. Are you still there? Please drop the question. I have a question when we were doing the live before, but when I left, I could not see it. I could not see the question again. Is the person still there? Any question in the comment section? Any question in the comment section? Okay, but I will not waste too much of our time. In the set of questions, we are going to end this live section at this point. And thank you very much, Ms. Anoluapo, for your time. I really appreciate. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you
so
very much.
much. I'm grateful
Okay,
to Gabriel. Thank you.
so I'm going to drop the summary of the meeting on Student Success Hub. Join. Follow this channel, subscribe, anything you want to do, like anything, and share to your friend. If you have issue getting some point, you see it in the Student Success Hub. So thank you very much. We see you when next we see.